and that I couldn't get out of that hole. I mean, we had just enough food in there, plus you don't want to eat too much either, because it's really hard to get back out and just go to the restroom. I mean, when I say restroom, I mean just getting out in the woods there and just, you know, go to the bathroom. We didn't have toilet papers or anything, or even an outhouse out there. So we were there for a few weeks, but we were told before the war started not to leave the camp, because if we left the camp, we betrayed the soldiers, and they will kill us if they win the war. So we stayed at the camp for a long, long time, even after the war was over, after the shooting stopped and after the bombing stopped. So after a while, I would say spend about a month or two, we decided, well, we're going to go back into the city and go back to our home. So we started walking back into town, and along the path, we saw all the people that were killed because of the shooting and the bombing. And all the children, the Vietnamese children that were killed because they were Vietnamese, and the Vietnamese soldiers fought them. So before the war started, they took all the Vietnamese family and killed all of them because they were upset that the Vietnamese were going to attack them. So here we are. We are back into our hometown, and I couldn't tell you how long it took us to get there, but we walked into the city, and there was nothing left. Our house was burnt down. There was nothing. So we had to start from scratch again. Of course, we built little tents to stay in, but when it rained, and in Cambodia, the season is just one season. It's not like spring, summer, fall, winter. It's just 100 degrees. Feels like 100 degrees all the time. We're so close to the equator, so it was always hot. And we didn't have shoes or anything fancy. If we need to go somewhere, the roads aren't paved and there's not grass everywhere where you can walk on the grass. You basically just have to run everywhere you go. We didn't have cars, we didn't have bicycles or anything. So basically everywhere we went, we ran. And with no shoes or anything, and a lot of times we hurt ourselves. And there's no such thing as medicine or anything to patch yourself up. There's no crutches, so basically if you hurt your feet, you're going to have to crawl everywhere you go. And that's happened to me twice while I was there in the jungle. But we heard, after a few months of living in the city and building a little huts to live in, the Vietnamese didn't want the Chinese people in Cambodia. But in order to leave Cambodia, we had to pay them to get out. So at this point, we're without our dad, and it's just mom, and there's 6 of us. And we were ranging from age 3 to age 13 at the time, and that's the oldest one. And we have nowhere else to turn to. And they told us if we didn't leave Cambodia, they would kill us. So we thought we're going to die at this point. But we were lucky that my uncle, which is my mom's brothers, they told us that they were leaving. They found, you know, my mom, their sister, and they said, we're leaving. We hear that there's freedom in the United States. Now, we have never heard of the United States ever before. Like I said, I didn't, you know, I wasn't educated. The only time that I had schooling was when I was being brainwashed. So when they say the United States, we have no idea where we're going to be going.